budget from my office on two things especially. One is dropout prevention, and the other is energy efficiency. We set aside, I hope the Senate will agree with it, we set aside $10 million as a start for making our government buildings more efficient, more energy efficient. And we said in that legislation, look at energy efficiencies where you can have a 3-year payback, so that you can pay for what you just spent in 3 years, and after that it will be savings for state government. Dropout prevention. We are, I think, doing a good job in North Carolina in education at the early childhood years. We have Smart Start, we have More at 4, we have lots of programs. We are not always doing as well in the middle grades and in the early high school grades in keeping kids in school. And so we have $7 million in the budget for grant programs across the state for all these folks who are out there trying to do something about it, to try to find the programs that work the best, try to duplicate those programs, try to expand them, make sure that we can keep our kids in school. We live in this global marketplace nowadays, and our kids cannot compete unless they at least graduate from school and have a chance to go on to community college or to one of our colleges and universities. I think our budget was a centrist budget. It was not especially liberal or conservative. It was a budget for fiscal stability. For the second time, we gave Medicaid relief to the counties. We spent $100 million doing that this year. This is especially important to some of our smaller counties down east and around, where, you know, as much as 25 or 35% of their budget has got to be Medicaid, looking after the medical needs of our senior citizens and others on Medicaid. We have tried to help with that in this budget, and I hope that what we have done will help. In other matters, we have a Democratic agenda that we've set forth. Again, it's a centrist agenda that we're working through. We have lots of bills to do this. It's a 7-part agenda. The first is, I've already talked about, strengthen people's confidence in government. That's ethics, openness, civility, that sort of thing. Secondly, equality education. We tried to do in our budget and otherwise this year's installment of making North Carolina a good education state. When I go to national meetings, we don't always at home know how we're viewed, but you go off to a national meeting and we are viewed as very progressive in education, both in the way we do it and the way we budget, and so we have to keep that up. I mentioned dropout prevention. There's also 5% pay raise for teachers. We need to recruit teachers. We need to have enough money so that we can recruit teachers. We got it up so that the starting salary for a teacher is now $30,000. And it took a long time to get there. I remember when it was 20, or in the low 20s. And $30,000 is not necessarily anything to be proudest of, but it is real progress. Jobs, we have tried to work hard to provide jobs in various ways for our citizens, to cooperate with our Department of Commerce in recruiting efforts, and to provide for small business. Health, we have tried again to make progress in that area. We have two major initiatives going on. One is simply to create a high-risk pool. We've passed this already and sent it over to the Senate. A high-risk pool to help those people who can't get insurance and who are subject to, or whose premiums would be on unaffordably high, to create a pool of the high-risk citizens so that they can have access to insurance, and so they won't be in this situation that so many people find themselves in these days. Your family is simply bankrupted by a big uninsured medical bill. So we hope to get that in place this year as well. We are trying to extend in the budget health insurance for more kids through the S-CHIP program, the program for that the Fed started with state cooperation to insure more children. We have a major initiative going to support our military families, and in this, we're a military state. We want to be military friendly. We want to be doing various things to help the families of those soldiers. We have a young member of the House who is a captain in the military, and I appointed him the chair of that committee, and he's doing great things to try to make it easier and a better fit for military families in North Carolina. We're working on public safety in various ways, as we always do. We are working on environmental protections of various kinds that we can talk about if you like. I don't know how much time that I have.